welcome everybody to Just in Time Genie again. And today's module is the first one in a journey after the definition of leadership. And the title is How to Help Yourself Be More Effective. And actually today, Carol is mainly going to be speaking because she has a program of her own that she runs. And here you'll get little snippets. So we're both going to be sharing some of our work. You can keep asking us questions, and thanks for listening in. And without further ado, Carol.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, so how to help yourself be more effective. One of the biggest ways to do this is to start off in the morning. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the power of routines. I can't underscore enough how important routines are to help us to be more productive and not waste energy. I feel that morning routines are gold. And if you talk to most super successful people, they'll tell you that they have a morning routine. And it has so many benefits, including increased energy, motivation, grounding, peacefulness, and achieving your dreams, which sounds like an overstatement, but there's a reason why there's a saying, the early bird catches the worm. So one of the first things I talk about with my clients is getting up earlier, which I can tell you when I was going through coaching, that was the thing that was, I just thought, oh, no, I don't want to get up earlier. And it sounds counterintuitive that you would have more energy by getting up earlier. But studies show that getting in sync with the natural rhythms of the earth correlate to our energy levels, productivity, and even how we sleep that following night. So that's one of the big ones, is getting up a little earlier. And it doesn't have to be, if you're getting up now at 7, it doesn't mean get up 5. Go easy, make it easy on yourself. Even if it's setting the alarm 10 minutes earlier, that helps. So we just want to make this something that you'll want to do. We don't want to make it something that you're going to dread. So be kind, easy, gentle, good. That's actually a mantra my coach uses, and I love that. The next thing, when you get up, is going into meditation, which that's another big thing for people. Some people love it and already have something in place. Other people think, well, I'm just not good at that. My mind just doesn't stop and it's too hard. And there are so many ways to meditate, and there's no wrong way. And here's the thing, your mind isn't going to stop. That's not the aim of meditation, is clearing out any thought. It's kind of observing the thoughts and letting them go. But I teach a few different types of different ways to meditate, but there's all kinds of stuff on YouTube. Definitely check out what works for you, whether it's guided or you yourself doing something. The next thing I teach in the morning routine is a third-person journaling process called automatic writing, which really kind of connects you to your higher self. And we'll be getting into that more in a future video. And we also go into visualizations and affirmations. And, as I'm listing this, it sounds like a lot. And some people will balk and say, well, I don't have time for all of this. But you do, especially if you get up a little earlier. All of these things will set you up for a really successful day. And finally, having an evening routine is just as important, because it actually sets you up for a good morning. So what does that mean? Again, getting in sync with the rhythms of the earth. So aiming to get to bed before 10 o'clock, getting off all electronics, a couple hours before bed, and avoid checking your phone. You want to get yourself into that quiet, peaceful state so that you can have that good, restful, hopefully 8-hour sleep. Not everybody needs that. And honestly, you do this morning routine, and again, start gently at your own pace. And you might already have some routines in place. So you can add those in or switch these out. But if you do this consistently for 30 days, you will see a change, I promise you, in your productivity and your energy.
So Carol, I was just going to ask you, you've talked about the benefits, but what's the purpose? Like, why would I even want to, aside from the benefits, which I might find in other ways, What's the purpose of having a routine?
That's a great question. So when I was thinking of the topic of how you can be more effective, we're all so busy in our lives, and a lot of us, go to bed worrying. The mind is going, what's going to happen? What happened today? What's going to happen tomorrow? We wake up the same way. So the purpose of a morning routine is to kind of anchor yourself and get grounded. So it takes some of that chatter out, and now you're focusing your attention the way you want to. You're taking control and taking control of your day rather than it taking control of you.
Right. Thank you. And just in case crap happens, my alarm doesn't go off. I can still do that during the day, right? Now, it doesn't matter. I know that when I don't do it at all, it messes up my day, but there are still
exactly. And there are some people who have said to me, well, they might work a different shift, and it's not going to work out. So obviously you have to take care of yourself, do what makes sense for you. Sometimes I have people who have said to me, well, I got to feed the pets and the kids, and like I'm just saying, ideally, it's better to do it before the whole world awakes. It's because it's really nice to do the meditation, the automatic writing, when you're kind of still in that sleepy, half here, half in the dream state. But if that's not possible, of course, incorporating any of these into part of your day, whether it's lunchtime or just sitting in the car, it all helps. Yeah.
So having some kind of grounding even during the day might help in case. Okay.
Oh yeah, and absolutely. And I do a morning routine plus I do some grounding during it. Some days you just need it.
Yeah. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And another question, what's the difference between routine and habit?
Well, that's a good question. So I think to me, a habit is something that's a little bit more unconscious. Where a routine, again, is this focused attention. You're choosing to do it. You're picking and choosing what you want to do as part of your routine. Where habit, it really is more of a subconscious thing, and sometimes it's counterproductive, where I feel as a routine is something that should hopefully make you more productive.
Right. And it can be flexible, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Do you want us to tell us a little bit about one of your routines, your night routine? Like, you talked a lot about the morning routine, maybe the night routine?
Sure. So, I had a very bad habit of being on my phone right before bed. And a lot of that, you're getting the blue light from the screen, and, everything is just kind of stimulating you. Even if it feels like it might be relaxing, it's actually kind of having this stimulant effect. So it's reducing the stimulant. So one of the things I did was I stopped having the phone in my room. I would let it check because I was just too tempted. And there is a app that you can use. I think it's called getflux.com, which reduces the blue light on any of your devices. Because people have asked me, well, what about Kindles? I read on my Kindle before bed, which I do as well. And you can just put the brightness way down. The other thing is I've put lavender essential oil on my pillow, kind of just create this serene, calm environment. I don't do this all the time. I go through phases where I'll do little mini meditations before I go to sleep. And often I end up falling asleep doing that. So for me, it's getting off the devices, and don't be a victim of, I just got to check one last thing, because checking that one last thing can just lead you down a whole rabbit hole. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dim lights and essential oils. For some people, it's a diffuser, soft music, whatever it is.
Yeah. So you have a lot more tools and ways to create routines and types of things that fit in routines. If it's okay with you, I'll share a couple of mine.
Oh, I'd love it. Yeah.
So one of the things I've always wanted to do is to keep writing my intentions and my, centering on what I want to create. And it's not always possible. So I will write on the weekends and then really get into the visualization. And then what I've done is I've put a candle in the bathroom because I go to the bathroom every morning, no matter what. And I
Hmm.
light it. And I know that when I'm lighting it, and I am lighting it, and then I think about what that candle, so that candle represents that thought that I wrote down. So even if I'm not writing it down, which is more powerful, I'm still getting connected to it. And that takes 3 seconds. And I have to do it because I need to go to the bathroom. Um,
Right.
so that's one thing. And then I wanted to give a hack, which isn't yours, so we're not giving away your content or mine. But on Mind Valley, Vishen Lakiani has the 6-phase meditation, which is designed around putting together all the important things like your intention, your visualizations, your gratitude, and everything that is necessary for your day. You can do it morning and evening. It's called the 6-phase meditation, and it puts together everything. It takes 20 minutes. So, choose a time during the day. You can do it in the evening. That's one that kind of hacks everything all at once if you don't just want to do getting energy or waking up, but you want to do it all. Like you want to set the
Hmm.
intention, you want to get in touch with your purpose, you want to,
Yeah.
that's a good hacking meditation, and it's a visualization. So if you don't, it's not easy for you to do it by yourself, which it's not for me because this goes
Yeah.
on, then that's a good hack too.
Oh, yeah. And I love what you said about lighting the candle because it's interesting when we do something like that, that's part of our morning ritual. And to me, that's kind of a ritual thing, lighting a candle. It really does signal to the brain, okay, now I'm starting
Right.
this part of my routine. So doing things like that, I think are really important.
Right. Thank you, Carol. I,
Thank you.
I'm sure there'll be a lot more questions about how to set routines. And I think later on, we're also going to be talking about how to be kind to ourselves and get back into them when we drop off of them, which is human and happens, right?
Exactly, exactly. I think a lot of the things we touched on we'll be getting into a little bit more deeply. And just in case anyone was unclear about what we're doing with all this, or if this is the first video you're watching, at the end of this whole video series, we will have a workbook that if you're interested in, you can just email Ellie or myself, and of course we'll provide our email addresses so that you can have everything in one cohesive document, because I think there'll be a lot of good tips and talking points and or even just journal prompts, things for you to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. So let us know, keep asking questions, and thanks for following us. See you next week with the next module in this series. Take
Yes.
care.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Carol.
Thanks,
Bye.
Ellie.